Hi, my name is Kelly and thank you for joining me. Today is going to be something even more different than I usually put on my channel. It's not really board game or RPG related, although there are a couple of items in here that are. This is just something that I wanted to show. So I mentioned in a different video, which I may or may not have posted yet, something called Oddmall. So this took place this weekend. And so my husband and I went this weekend, and it's just based on the flyer alone. Weird. It's the Emporium of the Weird. I had never been before. I had heard about it, but I had never been. It was really fun. Everyone was really friendly. Basically, you just go and there's just a bunch of different vendors. And so this year the theme was gaming, so board game and RPG related. There were a few vendors that were related to that, but also just a lot of artists, fabric artists, knitting, crocheting, painting. There were minis that were available for sale. There was a couple of board game companies, a couple of RPG companies, artists, again, just a bunch of different things. So it was a lot of fun. They also have, it's Creepmas. Creepsmas is what they do. I thought it was Crinkmas, but Creepsmas. Again, that I mentioned in another video. They had food trucks there. It was really good. And then they also had, Oddmall Emporium of the outside. There was a secret door apparently that I didn't know about. So food trucks, we saw those, and then on-mall merchandise, and then there was what they call a 60-second dungeon, which my husband and I didn't go to, but apparently that was there and you could win prizes, I think. So really cool, really great vendors. Life after the big blowout. Anywho, really strange company, and I don't think they're specific to this area. I think they do have in another place, another state or something. I thought I saw on their website. So they had bags for sale. There was leather worker. Just a lot of stuff. And so this is just some of the stuff that I got, and I just thought I'd have a video real quick and show it off. We'll start with a super simple easy. Now I gotta put this pile somewhere. Super simple easy. I got a bag of Stitch. So she sews, and so the woman I bought this from made this bag. I love Stitch. So if you know anything about me in real life, I do love Stitch. There are some staining, which is kind of a bummer, but that might come out. It almost looks like marks from where she wanted to stitch it. But yeah, it's got little pockets. It's even got an inside fabric. It's got pockets. I could flip it inside out if I wanted to, or not. So I got that bag, and then this is another bag that they were also selling. It is got a really cool little stitch, and then it's hot pink on the inside, which I love. I also love pink. And then it's a waterproof canvas. So I love bags, little bags like this. I have like 3 bags full of RPG stuff, like dice stuff, a couple of minis, pens and pencils, so that I just grab one of the bags and it will have some type of RPG stuff in it. So I love those little bags. We'll do books next. So they did have some authors there. So this author, his logo, I guess, is this. He's known as the Lorestalker, or that's a series of the books. So this is just a sticker that I got. He was really cute but sassy. And then he gave me a postcard which has just all of his different books. So J.P. Barnett, he was there. And these are the 6 books in this series, the Lorestalker. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to get this first one or not. Just a quick thing. If you do look up Lorestalker, they are kind of horror light, I think is what he said. So not super, super dark, but there is, it's horror related books. But also having to do with cryptids. So that was right up my alley because I'm reading another series of books about cryptids. So the first book in the series is almost like a different book. So it's about basically the parents of the girls who meet in the second book, and they continue the series on for the rest of the books. So this is kind of the first, it's almost like a prequel. I figured I, might as well give it a try. And then the second one is where the daughters actually pick up. So they become friends in college, I think, or roommates, and then they continue the book. So yeah, it just sounded interesting, an interesting series. And then there was another author there, Matt Youngmark. And so he has Spellmonkeys. This is Tavern Rats and Dungeon Dogs. So it's 2 books in one. You could buy the 2 books separate. I just bought the 1 book that had both of them in it. Basically what it is what happens when you have so much student debt that you're kind of forced to become an RPG adventurer. So to make some money, to pay off that debt. So basically she's in sorcery school. She has like 3 years worth of back tuition. So she has to go out into the tavern or into adventuring herself. Now there's a little bit more to it, but basically that's what it is she has to start being an adventurer herself to make the money. So yeah, I really like the look of the book. It was an interesting, story hook of, what happens if, you're in school and you suddenly need money. So there's lots of different jobs we can do now, but what did people in fantasy books do? And then he also has like choose your own adventure books. So he had 3 different ones. This is you're playing as a stuffed rabbit trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. So my husband liked this one, so he got this one. It does sound really cute, so I do want to read this one too. So yeah, I like supporting local authors. It's just, it's a good thing to do. They have put their life and soul into a book, and so I like to support them when I can. And this is an artist. His link tree is that guy James, and he was the one actually there selling his prints. So he is an artist. His 2025 prints, he explained, were more like stained glass type look to it. The cats is what drew me in first, so that's why I stopped there. So of course I had to get a cat one. I haven't opened these, so they're a little shiny. Let me pull one out. I do have to figure out where I'm going to put these. There you go. So it's really nice archival paper he prints on. He prints them himself, but it's very matte. I really like it. His stuff is just really nice. It really drew me in. So he said it's more of a stained glass for his 2025 series. I did look on his website, and a lot of the ones he had there were the different logos. I can't think of the word right now, but basically the symbol of the D&D classes. So if you were a monk, they often use like the closed fist. So he had one of that. And then he had like a sword for, I think, the fighters. And so each of the different classes, he had drawn into this type of style. So I got those. And then for 2026, he had friends who said, have you ever thought about doing Norse type Viking art? And so that's what he did for 2026. So just really great colors. I love the colors, and that was something that he challenged himself, he said, is to use not as many colors as he normally would. So I thought these 2 would look really great next to each other, and then the cat as well. So take just one of them. I won't take them both out, but just so that you can see. Yeah, now we're stuck. So again, really great colors, very, I think of it as like lush, but very dense. Saturated, maybe is the word I'm looking for. But yeah, really great. So I got those two, and then the cat, and then he gave me a little postcard. It's foil, so that one is shiny. And then I also got tarot cards. So he did a tarot card, and I really like the box with the black and then the shine. So the little booklet about it, major and minor arcana. And so the backs, and then the art. So again, I just really like his art, so thought I'd support him. So what are these? These are, I don't know. So yeah, really cool art. So I just liked it. Wanted to support. Different colors too, which is cool. I like those. So there you go. And I think that's all that I got. Oh, actually, the one big heavy thing. So put this over here. So I did pick this up from the actual company. So I apologize. I do not speak Mandarin or Cantonese, but I believe it's pronounced Jiangshi or close to that. So this company was there. It was like read write games. There's a lot of different games mentioned. The designer Banana Chan owns Game and Akuri Games, and then there's also their website takes you to like read write games, and then it's also linked into like another game or another company. There was a lot of companies, but the designer Banana Chan was actually at the Oddmall. So I don't know if she lives in the area or close to the area, but she was there and she had her games available. So she had this game. There was a game about like going back for a reunion to an academy that you went to and realizing you don't have any memories of being at the academy when you were younger. So trying to gain those memories back and figuring out what happened. And then there was another game, I can't remember what it was. And then there was 2 solo journaling games that she has done. And I think most of these games she actually has done on Kickstarter. But yeah, this one looked interesting. Again, she presents it as being, for like a actual RPG group. So you have a GM and then your players. As I've mentioned before many times, I like doing solo RPG. And I just saw the Run the Family Restaurant and Survive the Night. And so basically it's a Chinese family who own a Chinese restaurant. And then at night, they are attacked by vampires, although I think they're called something different in this game. But it was just a really great premise. And I was like, I'm going to buy that game. This art, I believe, is by Kwanchai Morea, I think his name is. He's really great. He does art for board games as well, and I really like his art. But yeah, Banana Chan, she was really nice. I probably should have asked more about the game, but I was just like, I love the game, the concept, so I'm going to get it. She is Chinese, but she did want to mention that even though she is Chinese, she did have a cultural person read through and make sure that they were being true to the culture, the Chinese culture, and especially the immigrant culture of moving to, America and what's involved with that in that. So That was really great. It is a heavy box. My husband had to carry it, and he's like, "What is in that box? It's so heavy." But let's see. So you have just an art print of the cover, which is great. And then I really like this one. Like, it's like, I think this is a daughter, maybe it's a son, but either way, you have a grandma and the mom, and they're all like, yeah, let's get ready to battle. Like, come on, let's do this. And then you have the dad who's just holding his chicken screaming. So I don't know. I just really like this print. It's really funny for me. And then there's like a board and cards that you use with this one. So I know nothing about this game other than I just like the concept and I wanted to support her. So, so this must be your character card because you have your information on here. Again, I know nothing, so I can't tell you what the game is about. You have your marker. So this is like laminated type, so you can use wet erase markers on it. You have spirit paper. So players must agree on a phrase that captures how the family stays strong together. It could be one word or it could be as long as a sentence. So you have a little tablet of that. You have your dice. So there's the red dice, the gold sparkly dice, and then there's one cream color dice. So, and then you have cards. I don't know what the cards do. There is a little board too. So I might do like an actual kind of like a review explanation on this one because it is interesting. So Grandma's Recipe Book, definitely not secrets for Jiangshi. Do not read private. I think the Jiangshi are what the vampires are called, I think. So how to defeat them. At the sound of a rooster's call, the Jiangshi retreats, which is why the dad was holding his rooster, looking terrified. At least to me, he looks terrified. I don't know. Maybe he is like giving a war cry, but to me, he looks terrified just holding the rooster. So, vinegar's acidity is toxic to the skin of Jiangshi, so it's different things you can do to defeat or attack them. And then there are 2 books. So, Blood in the Banquet Hall. This is the rule book on how to play. So it has different information in there. And then the Haunted Tale. So 18 horrifying scenarios that you can play. So gives you, looks like NPCs, content warning, the tone of it, setting, you know, rules, additions or changes, the restaurant board. And then it looks like how to play, new skills, new facts, variant rules that you can play with. So again, I don't know how to play this game, but so yeah, that is it. That is the last thing that I got from, I'm just making sure. And the books. Okay. Yeah. So that is it. Again, a little bit different. There was an RPG, so it was kind of related. And then he actually did do some RPG art. So he has really great, obviously I just got 3 of it, but he had a lot, like 12, I think, of each. Or each style, 12 of the Norse style and 12 of the stained glass style. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I just wanted to do something a little bit different just to kind of show what I got from going to a odd place called Oddmall, which had a lot of different vendors, a lot of great vendors. And that is it. Thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a little thumbs up. If you want to be notified anytime I upload a new video, please go ahead and hit the little subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye. You didn't record any of it?